name is Kay Satterfield, and I am on the pastoral team at Ignatius House Retreat Center in Atlanta. I will reflect on the great mystery of the body of Christ that St. Paul teaches about in 1 Corinthians and how we are being invited as a human family to really honor and respect one another as beloved children of God. My mother, who raised 6 children, would say, if we were all the same, the world would be a boring place. Her comment always resonated with me. I know when I was myself pregnant with my 4 children, I was excited to discover what mix of genes would be inherited by each new child. What would he or she look like? What kind of personality would my baby have? What gifts would be revealed over time as each matured? God delights in our uniqueness too, in creating us with different eyes, hair, color of skin, and gender. We are called to delight in each other too. It reminds me of how St. Ignatius encourages retreatants at the end of his spiritual exercises to pray to see the world as God sees it. Can we see God's delight in our uniqueness as His or her beloved children? But it is truly sad, though, when we choose not to honor and embrace the uniqueness of our brother and sister, whether it is color of skin, ethnic or religious background, sexual orientation, or something else. And it is a choice to see someone different as the other, who is to be feared. And our prejudice is not always a conscious thing, if we are honest, and it can exist even if hidden. The question is, what is behind our fear? And can we invite God's grace into it? There is a story about the famous Indian civil rights peace activist Mohandas Gandhi, who, though a practicing Hindu, was intrigued by Christianity. In his reading of the Gospels, Gandhi was impressed by the Jesus who Christians worshipped and followed. One Sunday morning, Gandhi decided he would visit one of the Christian churches in Calcutta. Upon seeking entrance into the church sanctuary, he was stopped at the door by the ushers, and he was told he was not welcome, and he would not be permitted to attend this particular church, as it was for high caste Indians and whites only. And he was neither high caste nor was he white. Gandhi later declared, "I'd be a Christian if it were not for the Christians." And though this incident happened nearly 80 years ago, the comment still stings, and it is unfortunately still relevant as our church and society have become increasingly polarized. We are commanded as followers of Jesus to love our neighbor as ourselves. However, our image of God can play into how we treat and view our neighbor. Is God a harsh judge or taskmaster, or a loving father or mother whose love is unconditional, seeing each of us as equal and loved into being? In 1 Corinthians, Paul encourages each member of the body of Christ that each member of the body of Christ is unique and essential to the health of the whole body, the whole church. We can also take this analogy to include our place as members of the human family. With love at the heart of this body, we suffer when one member is suffering, as with living in the midst of war, oppression, or serious illness. And we rejoice when a member is celebrated, as when a new baby is born, or when graced understanding between members brings peace and healing. All families are messy and complicated, but we hope, with love at the heart, that rubbing up against the beautiful uniqueness of our brother and sister will stretch us and make us grow stronger. Remember, united we stand, but divided we fall. I close this reflection with another quote from Gandhi. He taught, "Be the change you want to see in the world." So I invite you to pray with this invitation. Be the change you want to see in this world today.